What's going on, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're going to be doing another market update. We're going to be looking at the Dow, the S&P, and the Nasdaq, and as well as a trading update. What stocks did I buy today and what stocks did I sell? So for those of you guys that are new to my channel, my name is Stas, and I make videos dealing with swing trading, day trading, long-term investing, and my personal philosophies and strategies when it comes down to investing and trading in the stock market. So for those of you guys that want to learn more about that, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram, as well as join our Discord group chat, as well as our Facebook group. All of those are linked down below in the description box. And if you guys want to talk to me throughout the market, make sure to go, throughout the market open, make sure to go to that Discord group chat, join there. We're talking about stocks, trading, stock news, and networking with each other pretty much throughout the whole entire trading day on a day-to-day basis. And again, all of these are linked down below in the description box. So before I talk about natural gas and UGAS, what I did with my position in that particular ETF, let's go over here and look at, what the markets did for today. So the Dow Jones, if we're looking at the one-day, one-minute chart, we opened up very bullish, guys. We opened up at about 25,440, shot up all the way to about $25,610. And pretty much from there, we were pushing down for the day, but we actually closed up about $65, and that was obviously a higher close from where we closed yesterday. So, green day today across the markets, guys, up 0.26% in the Dow Jones, and the S&P is down about $1 and the Nasdaq's down about $30. But in terms of this trend, we noticed that the Dow Jones is making lower highs. We noticed it topped off at about 25,600, then it went to about 25,585, then at about 25,555. So it's downtrending in price in terms of the past day to day, but overall it's green for the day, which is something that I'm very happy about. So that is what the Dow Jones did. And if we look over here to the Nasdaq very quickly, this one was down about $30, down about 0.4%. And same thing, just like the Dow Jones, guys, we pretty much spiked up in the morning, then sold off for the rest of the day in terms of the Nasdaq. And if we're looking at the S&P 500, same exact thing. We shot up, and then we sold off for the rest of the day, closing at about minus $1. We lost $1 on this index for the day. So today, it was kind of a boring day in the markets, not crazy volatility in terms of the indexes, up only like 0.26% for the Dow Jones, but I'm very happy that we didn't fall down a ton more today, but we pretty much just kept at the levels that we've been at for the past day or two, right? So this is a good sign that the markets are slowly stabilizing, and we may be in for a nice push up in this next week. So let's talk quickly about what trades I personally made today, and they were just two trades, guys. The one trade that I was in yesterday was UGAS, ticker symbol UGAZ, and we talked about this, how I entered this position, towards the market close yesterday. And let's look over here to this ETF, and I'll show you guys where I entered. If you guys watched my video yesterday, you would recall how I got in pretty much due to this consolidation towards the end of the market. Yesterday at about 3-ish o'clock, we noticed the consolidation here at about $84. It didn't break below $84 here, but instead pushed up above the EMA and the 50 SMA. And this is when I ended up taking my initial position. Pre-market hours today, guys, we shot down all the way to about $82 if we're looking at UGAS and how that correlates over to natural gas. We see that happened pretty much due to natural gas selling off to about $3.15. And then from there, we saw it bulled up. It had a nice bull run all the way up to about $3.24. And that's pretty much where it chilled for the whole day today. We noticed that it sold off again, held above the SMA here very nicely, pushed up, made a higher high, and from there, it was just chilling, pretty much consolidating for the rest of the day. So what I did with UGAS, guys, I sold off my position, pretty much towards the end of today, and I'm going going to show you guys why. So I got in here at about $84.75 initial position, got back in as I started to see you guys, or not got back in, added more into my position as I started to see you guys shoot up pre-market hours. It was riding the EMA line very nicely. It held above the 50 SMA, and then it eventually broke above the 180 SMA. So I added a little bit more money at about $86 here as it continued this uptrend pattern, shot up all the way to $85. And then I held it throughout the whole day due to it not breaking the uptrend pattern that it had. We noticed that it held above the 180 SMA here, pushed up again, got to that resistance point, pulled back, held above there again, shot up, made another higher high. So this was, gave me the confidence. This gave me the confidence to hold you guys for the rest of the day. And, I pretty much knew from the beginning of today that I wanted to close out my position in you guys today and take my profits due to, natural gas being very volatile over the past couple of days. Like we saw, natural gas pretty much shot up from 320, from 330 like 2 days ago. It was at 330, then it shot down all the way to about 315, shot down to 315 again. And, these are all causing you gas and D-gas to be very volatile. So I just took my profits, guys, made a decent profit on you guys. I believe it was about 3 to 4%. Nothing too crazy, but I just wanted to lock it in before the weekend. Again, due to the big volatility, the major volatility that we do see in natural gas. So another trade that I took today, and this was a very small position in PayPal, ticker symbol PYPL. And I really like PayPal right now as a swing trade due to them having reported, very good earnings yesterday on October 18th. And I talked about this in my earnings video, what companies to watch in terms of earnings. And if you guys didn't watch that video, it's 2 videos before this. And PayPal was one of those companies that I was watching and looking to trade, after the earnings report. And I always trade companies after they report their earnings. This way I know the guidance of that company over the next quarter. And, if they reported good earnings, that means, the company could potentially push up in price. And that's when I initially, start buying into the company. So I took a small position today in PayPal, and this is meant to be a long-term swing trade. And when I say long-term, at least a month swing trade in terms of PayPal. So I funneled in some money into this one, right around here, I believe. It was at about $83.50, I believe I took my initial position. It might have been right here, actually, at about $83.50. And, I plan on holding this one for a month. And that's what I did in terms of PayPal. And today, I really liked the consolidation of PayPal, and we pretty much saw it shot up to $86 and consolidated from between 83 to 85-ish dollars for throughout the day. And I feel very comfortable holding PayPal for the next month, especially on this dip buy that we are on right now. We notice it sold off from 93 all the way down to about 77, and that's a very good dip buy, especially for a strong company like PayPal that just ended up reporting very nice numbers. So those are the only 2 trades that I actually ended up taking today. Again, the market was very flat today. Nothing too crazy. There was a bunch of penny stocks that went bananas today. What was that one in the group chat? Crap, it was up like 500%. I forget what it was called, to be honest. And, that penny stock went up a lot. I heard a lot of people were trading that. A bunch of people were talking about that particular stock. We saw Apple today have a decent day. And, I was expecting this as it was pushing up from the support level yesterday. And we noticed that here on the 20-day 1-minute chart. We noticed the support at about 212. It shot down there all the way yesterday. And when I saw, pre-market hours today, we were uptrending in price. We were starting to reverse from the bounce on the support level. I figured Apple would be a decent, play today. I personally didn't trade Apple today, but for those of you guys that captured that little profit that was on Apple, from the start of the market today at about 218 up to 221. I believe that was like a 1 to 2% trade. Very small trade there, but those with big accounts could, benefit from little trades like that in the large cap companies. And, that is what, in terms of Apple, that's what ended up happening today. If we're looking at a bunch of these stocks, guys, that we were watching in yesterday's video, Facebook had an okay day, like minus 87 cents, not too crazy volatility in terms of the stocks we were watching. Tesla ended up selling off from 267 all the way to 253, and now it's pushing up, in terms of the aftermarket hours, and from about 2:30 p.m. with an hour and 30 minutes left in the market, this one started to push up as well. So this one could potentially be a good play if it's able to break above the EMA here and break above the 50 SMA. We were talking about this in yesterday's video, but pretty much until Tesla breaks above at least 265, I don't really plan on touching this one, because I don't want to fall into a stock that has not really confirmed a reversal quite yet. So Square, this one's getting rejected by the 50 SMA. It's pushing down. So a bunch of these stocks, guys, I'm just waiting for that reversal pattern. I'm just waiting for them to turn around and start to push up in price. DRIP actually ended up being a very good trade today as well. It closed the day up 3.73%. And this is primarily due to crude oil falling in price over the past couple of days. And, it's been able to be a good swing trade due to this. We saw the consolidation on the 180 SMA here, and pretty much once we broke below here in terms of crude oil, that is when DRIP became a very solid swing trade. And, whenever we're talking about DRIP and Gush, these two trade based upon XOP, but we also use crude oil to determine where XOP is going to push, because we see here XOP has been selling off, has been on a downtrending pattern. And again, this is primarily due to /CL crude oil being on that downwards reversal, trending pattern right now. So in terms of, stocks, that's what I'm pretty much watching, guys. Apple, Tesla, Facebook. I got into PayPal. I got out of UGAS, took a nice 3-4% profit on there, and that pretty much made for my profits for the day, because I do shoot for about 3 to 5% per day now, and that's perfect. I got it in one trade there, so I just stopped trading. For the day, I realized that focusing on quality stocks, quality picks is way better than trading in and out of a bunch of different stocks. And obviously there's a bunch of different ways you could trade, but me personally, I only focus on a couple of stocks, and I usually and ETFs, and I usually trade in and out of those. So that's what I did today, guys. And looking at some of my other watch lists, let's check out the weed stocks. The weed stocks have been selling off like crazy. We saw the run Kron had up to $13, and it's already at $9. So a bunch of people have been asking me about weed stocks and if the legalization in Canada is going to shoot these stocks back up. And the truth is, guys, that the weed stocks, weed being legalized in Canada was already in the price of these weed stocks. That's why we're not really seeing them going bananas, because I believe today or yesterday was the official day of legalization in Canada, and we haven't really seen any of these stocks go haywire like we thought, right? But that is because the weed legalization was already priced into the stocks, right? So we see CGC has a massive sell-off from the highs of $60. Literally, that's a massive drop in the matter of 2 days, right? Down 25%, all of these stocks have been selling off. If we're looking at Afria here, this one sold off heavily today, about 7%. If we're looking at Aurora, this one's down about 5%. And, I'm not saying that these aren't, apt to run again, because they could absolutely run again. And this could be a dip buy opportunity if you do think this legalization in Canada is going to shoot stocks up even more. But again, these are very risky, volatile stocks, and you really just have to make your best judgment-based decision on these particular investments. We see NBEV today got hammered, down about 10.9%. This really isn't a marijuana stock. Actually, this is just a beverage company. I think they have like a CBD beverage, but I really don't even think they sell a product quite yet. So a lot of people are, skeptical about that company. And this is Tilray, guys, ticker symbol TLRY. This one's selling off right now, down about 4%. So that is what I'm watching, guys, in terms of the stocks. I'm not really looking to trade the weed stocks. Maybe if there's some days of ridiculous volatility, if I see them shooting up pre-market hours, I might take a possible position as a day trade. But for now, guys, I'm mostly going to be focusing on the inverse ETFs and these large cap stocks that will reverse if the markets start to reverse, which I do believe is going to happen within the next few weeks. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and follow me on Twitter, as well as join our Discord group chat, as well as our Facebook group. All of those are linked down below in the description box. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I hope you all had a very great trading week. Have a great one. Peace out.